police are investigating an armed robbery that happened near the campus of East Tennessee State University. Developing political news tonight, Green Party candidate Jill Stein is dropping her bid to recount votes in the state of Pennsylvania.
You're watching News Channel 11 on ABC Tri-Cities at 11.
Good evening and thank you for trusting News Channel 11. I'm Curtis McLeod. More tragedy out of Gatlinburg tonight. 12-year-old Chloe Reed and 9-year-old Lily Reed are now among those who have died in the Sevier County fire. That confirmation comes from Tennessee Emergency Management. They say the bodies of Lily and Chloe were discovered beside the remains of their mother, Constance Reed, who was identified just hours ago. Earlier this week, we showed you footage of the father of those children, Michael Reed. He was frantic to find his family. A trust fund has been set up for the Reed family at the Parkway Church of God in Sevierville. 85-year-old Ed Taylor, a Johnson City native and a World War II veteran, is also among those who died in the Gatlinburg fires. Authorities say he died outside of his home because of smoke inhalation. Taylor retired from Gatlinburg Chapel Ministries last year. His 10-year-old teacup poodle was found wandering the property. His son says his poodle went everywhere with him. The family of Taylor said condolences can be sent to Gatlinburg chapels. Fire crews are up working to put out 2 fires in the Gatlinburg area that combined consist of more than 17,000 acres. This fire you see on your screen is the Cobley Knob fire. That's only 750 acres now, which is the smaller fire of the 2 by far. But today, fire crews tell News Channel 11 this is where they are concentrating their resources, doing helicopter bucket drops. Fire officials say several crews are on the ground because there are structures nearby that are of concern. And today's count of firefighters is just over 600 here in the East Tennessee area. Earlier today, News Channel 11's Jordan Moore had a chance to catch up with volunteers of all kinds that are working to help the people of Gatlinburg return life back to normal.
For the second morning in a row, cars were lined up, inching slowly toward the checkpoint just to get in the town of Gatlinburg. Met by volunteers like Mark Senegals, who were there to help guide them through the process.
Letting them in here if they either live here, have a business in town, or they have rental property.
As so many people eagerly wait to see what's left.
Yesterday they had about 2,000 through here, and to this morning they started lining up about 8 o'clock.
Just miles up the road, volunteers of a different kind from the Tri-Cities region were back in Gatlinburg for the second time this week to help those on the front lines.
We brought a brush truck with us. There are currently some divisions out doing search and rescue and searching for hotspots to make sure those are still out. Right now, we're still waiting on our assignment.
And for a few days now, these guys have been behind the scenes preparing thousands of meals.
We're feeding the emergency responders, fire departments, rescue squads, the law enforcement community. We also are feeding the ones in shelters.
Joey Russick of Backdraft Barbecue out of Gate City, Virginia is just one of those volunteers.
As well, but being that this is close to home, we definitely wanted to be a part of this. It's been very emotional, and the good thing on the first responders and things, they have been, just very thankful for it, enjoyed, talking with them and all that. But yeah, the emotion, with the local families and things, it's tough.
That was Jordan Moore reporting. The town of Gatlinburg is expected to reopen on Wednesday. Volunteers plan to stay in the town until then. In the aftermath of the fires in Gatlinburg, many people question the effectiveness of evacuation efforts. Some are criticizing officials because a mandatory evacuation notice was not sent to mobile phones. Sevier County Mayor Larry Waters says everyone did what they could to help people get to safety.
I'm not going to get into that right now because we did the best they have, and we're sorry for that, but we're not going to get into Monday morning quarterbacking right now.
Sevier County's mayor responding to a question about the alerts, asking if the evacuation call should have been made sooner. The Sevier County Emergency Management Agency says all cell phones in Gatlinburg should have received the message about the evacuation. The National Weather Service said it did not send an evacuation notice to mobile phones because they are not included in the wireless emergency alert system. A FEMA spokesperson said when the emergency alert system was activated, it only sent messages to NOAA weather radios, TV stations, and designated EAS participating radio stations. If you want to help the people in Sevier County, then listen up. The American Red Cross is taking donations. Right now, they are overwhelmed with the amount of items coming into the disaster area, so they're asking people to donate money. All you have to do is call the number on your screen or log on to our website and you'll find more information, but also you can log on to redcross.org. On WJHL.com. Now, also, just into the newsroom tonight, Dolly Parton is organizing a telethon to help the victims of the deadly wildfires in East Tennessee. You can see that information on our website. 100% of the proceeds will benefit the fire victims. The event is scheduled to take place in Nashville on December 13th. For more updates on this story, check out our website, WJHL.com. Just into the newsroom tonight, a man is in jail after police say he pulled a knife on management at a hotel in Johnson City. Police say 43-year-old Franklin Hamby, seen right here, was asked to leave the Johnson Inn on West Market Street Saturday after a disturbance. According to police reports, Hamby became irate and pulled a knife on hotel management. Now, after searching, Hamby police found drug paraphernalia. He's facing aggravated assault and drug charges. Hamby is being held at the Washington County Detention Center on a $26,000 bond. 2 men are in custody tonight after a report of an armed robbery near the campus of ETSU overnight. Police tell us 2 men came up to a male victim with a gun demanding money. Both suspects fled the scene, but police later found them nearby. Now, we spoke to an ETSU student who heard the commotion.
We were looking outside and there's like 5 cop cars and we're like, what's going on? It's definitely worrisome, it makes us want to lock our doors and keep our cars locked, make sure that happens. So we're just got to keep out for each other.
Earlier this year, there was a shooting at the same apartment complex. 21-year-old Ishal Adams and 23-year-old Jamar Adams, both from Johnson City, are charged with aggravated robbery. They are being held at the Washington County Detention Center on a $50,000 bond. ETSU issued a safety warning to students after those armed robberies. They urge students to park in well-lit areas, travel in groups, and locate an emergency station around campus. No word on if incidents that happened or reportedly happened on ETSU's campus are connected to the other events reported by Johnson City Police. A man accused of murdering a Tri-Cities toddler has returned to our region. The Carter County Sheriff's Office has extradited Demetrius Covington back to Elizabethton. He was arrested in Dayton, Ohio last week, where police said he left the state after his 3-year-old stepson died from serious injuries. Covington is charged with first-degree murder. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says he's a known member of a street gang. 3-year-old Jakari Phillips was rushed to the hospital after police said Covington called the boy's mother and said the child was hurt. Court documents show Jakari had stomach injuries, scrapes and bruises, as well as brain swelling. Now, Demetrius Covington is scheduled to appear in court on Monday. Keeping our eye on politics tonight, Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein is dropping her bid to recount votes in the state of Pennsylvania. She says that a major cost placed on voters asking for the recount is the reason she's dropping the bid. A court ruling in Pennsylvania states that voters requesting an election recount must pay a $1 million bond. Stein isn't giving up on her election recount efforts. She says she'll be making a major announcement regarding the recount process at a press conference Monday outside of Trump Tower. A developing story out of California tonight where at least 9 people are dead. Authorities fear that number will only continue to rise as the night goes on. It happened late last night when a fire broke out at a warehouse in the San Francisco Bay Area. Alex Stone has the latest now in California.
A night of fun turns to horror. The sky lit up in red.
Fire went up really quickly.
Around 11:30 Friday night, a fire broke out at a party in Oakland. Dozens of people inside.
The building was a warehouse that was kind of like an artist studio that had, several different partitions where they had various artists in there.
The smoke could be seen for blocks. Inside, a chaotic scene.
I'm also glad I had this vest on, or my whole back would be blistered right now.
The roof collapsing, the escape route blocked.
There was only one way down from the second floor, and that stairwell was put together through what was described to me as pallets.
A majority of the bodies reportedly found on the second floor. Confusion over those missing and those who made it out alive. Authorities are prepared to deal with dozens of people dead.
This is a very, very traumatic event. This is a very rough day for the city of Oakland. Our hearts go out to the families, to our first responders that have to deal with this. This is very, very tough for us. This hits very close to home for a lot of us.
Rescuers are using drones with thermal imaging to locate hot spots. It could take days before we know the cause. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Hundreds of people fill the streets of downtown Elizabethton tonight to watch the annual Christmas parade. This year's theme, the 12 Days of Christmas. The Grinch himself even came out to spread some holiday cheer. People of all ages enjoyed a night of holiday fun filled with music, costumes, and decorative floats. We met a Johnson City mom who says this parade brings back some great memories.
I can remember my mom bringing me when I was a kid, and of course we want to bring the kids and keep on in the tradition of seeing Santa Claus in the parade.
I'm just happy that everybody's so happy and excited and smiling.
Now that mom says she hopes to bring her kids back to the parade for many years to come. This weekend was a bitter cold one, and that trend may continue. Storm Team 11's Brian Walder is standing by in the Storm Center. Good evening, Brian.
Good evening, Curtis. Good evening to everybody at home. Maybe a touch warmer as we head into the work week, but then the bottom falls out by the end of our 7-day forecast. So some big changes on the way. We'll talk about those coming up next.
Now, Storm Team 11 meteorologist Brian Walder.
Starting to see a little bit of moisture moving back into the area. Here's Viper radar right now. And we see a little bit of light green moving into the picture here. Now we still have some relatively dry air in place. So initially some of these showers may not be reaching the ground, but plenty more rainfall off to our west. And we'll continue to see our rain chances increasing overnight tonight and into tomorrow. So we'll see some periods of showers moving through for our Sunday. Also seeing increasing wind speeds. Tomorrow we have these wind advisories for the highest elevations of northeast Tennessee, and we could see wind gusts in the advised areas about 30 to 40 miles an hour. So definitely breezy at times, especially about 3,000 feet and up. Right now, things are quiet in Johnson City. Our General Shale sky cam there overlooking Main Street, Interstate 26. 39 at the airport with mostly cloudy skies and a calm wind, and temperatures across the area mainly in the mid to upper 30s, though it's 40 in Greenville, 42 in Morristown. Abilene at 38, Wise at 34, and Richlands were the cooler spots on the map, right at freezing at 32 degrees. Now take a look at our temperature trend over the next 6 days. We're going to see temperatures in the 40s tomorrow, but then 50s as we head into the first half of the work week. By Thursday, we're back in the 40s and even colder on Friday. High temperatures as we end the work week could be in the 20s. Yes, that's our high temperatures. Low temperatures could be in the teens Friday morning and maybe Saturday morning. Here we go tonight, though. Not quite as cold, but it will be a little bit chilly tomorrow morning with lows in the 30s. Looking at mostly cloudy skies and these showers moving through. We do have a chance, I think, especially some of the highest elevations, about 4,000 feet and up. We could see maybe a little bit of a wintry mix. Could see maybe a few flakes of snow. Can't rule out a little bit of sleet. In terms of accumulation, though, it's probably not going to be a factor for us. Very limited accumulation there. All rain for the lowest elevations. Then as we head throughout the day, tomorrow scattered showers continuing at times. We'll call it periods of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies and high temperatures tomorrow. They'll be in the 40s, so a cool end to the weekend. Now, as we head into Monday, things warming up a little bit. Still could see a couple of showers early Monday. Rain continues Sunday night into early Monday morning. Then I think we see some dry time here. Look at the timestamp as we head Monday morning into the afternoon. Still a little bit of cloud cover, maybe breaking up for some periods of sunshine. But more clouds and more rain moving back in, especially late Monday and into Tuesday. So we'll call Monday a 40% rain chance, but that increases to 70% by Tuesday. Then a cold front comes through by Thursday, and that's going to deliver the coldest air we've seen in quite some time. 38 low tonight, mostly cloudy skies with some showers moving in, especially over the next couple of hours and into tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow up to 45, mostly cloudy with periods of showers throughout the day. And your 7-day forecast, it looks like this. 50s for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Best rain chance next week is Tuesday, I think especially during the morning hours. Maybe a stray shower there Wednesday, and that cold front there for Thursday. Really not too difficult to see it, Curtis. 42 Thursday, 28 on Friday, then 38 on Saturday. Those morning temperatures, Friday morning, Saturday morning, they're going to be in the teens. That'll be different.
Very different. I don't know if a lot of people are ready for that yet, but we, like I said, we got a little bit of taste of the cold weather this morning. It was pretty cool because I was out at the parade. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, lows in the 30s this morning, but again, that's above our Friday's high temperature.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate it. Dozens came out to take part in the Johnson City Christmas Parade.